Toronto Police received an emergency call to the area of Chesley Avenue and Brock Avenue, which is in now 11 Division. It's right in behind Dufferin Mall. This call was from a resident from the area who was reporting a body found in an alley in that location.
Hola everyone, it is your girl Antoinette. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay guys, today's topic is a little different than what I normally talk about on this channel. I'm doing a bit of a rebranding. I'm adding more than just business and investing to what I talk about. And today we're gonna get a little personal. I'm gonna tell you guys a story time. My mom, who she was, what she meant to be, and how I cope with loss going forward. So, okay, I'll give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So my mom was very well loved in the community. You'll hear a bit about her near the end of this video, but she was a mother of 5 and she passed away when she was 40 years old. And it's been really hard on myself, my siblings, and my family, of course, and those that truly loved her. We miss her dearly. So I want to tell you guys basically what happened and just like how I took everything and how it was told to me. So rewind now. This is 2012. I was 17 years old, and at the time I was living with my dad. Now I was living with my dad because, funny enough, my mother and I got into it. We were going back and forth, and she's like, yeah, go with your dad, go with your dad, go with your dad. I'm like, okay, like, bye. But you know, when you're going through that like teenager rebellious stage where you just, you know, a lot of teenagers go through it, they rebel, their parents, they don't want to listen. Like, she was pretty strict, only wanted the best for me, but I only realized it as I got older, like as now. Didn't really see it when I was younger, of course, that's just life. So yes, she was in a relationship on and off with a guy. His name was Paul, and we didn't know much about the details of their relationship. We just knew that they were in a relationship, and sometimes he would come to the house, sometimes they would go out. We always got weird vibes from him. So one thing I'd always say is trust your intuition. Like, he would try to take us out to do things and we're just like, like we're getting like weird vibes or whatever. So that was something that we did always get. But anyways, we found out after she had passed that there was domestic violence in the relationship. My mom is the type where she is very secretive. She hides her emotions. She was not affectionate. She didn't really like hug us or kiss us. And it's crazy because a few days before she had passed away, she asked me for a hug, and I was like, huh? Like, what? Huh? Like, that's new. But she asked me for a hug a few days before she passed away, and it just goes to show, like, God just makes certain things happen when I guess he knows something's gonna happen. But now they're in a whole domestic dispute. She ended up actually leaving him and moving on and finding somebody else. And I guess that made him jealous. And there were talks about like him looking for a gun. Again, I heard all of this after. While it was going on, my mom just like had us focus on school and other things, and we were younger. So there were talks about him looking for a gun, like stuff like that. And my mom knew that, but she didn't really take it seriously, like too seriously. She did file a restraining order, but that was the most that she did. And even with restraining orders, like, you could file one and the person could still knock at your door. The person could still like kill you. Like, it's crazy. But she did file a restraining order, and what had happened after that now was, we don't know how this happened, but they ended up meeting up at a beer store and then at Dufferin Mall. So my mom, she works downtown, like a really good corporate job, and she would park her car at Dufferin Mall every single day before work to take the train downtown. So I'm in Toronto, so Dufferin Mall is like central, and then you could take the train straight downtown. So she parked her car there every day, and he knew that. So I guess maybe he was there waiting for her, and then they ended up at the beer store, and then somehow they ended up behind the alleyway where Dufferin Mall is. And at this point, this whole time, he had a gun. Pretty sure she didn't know, but this whole time he had a gun. So somehow they're at the alleyway now, and what ended up happening was there was an altercation, and he ended up shooting her in the back of her head. Now, I've pictured this scenario so many times in my head. Like, okay, well, did she turn around? Did she try to run? Like, closure is a crazy thing. I'm never gonna get the answer, I guess, until it's my time and we meet again. But I'm never gonna get the answer. But I've pictured so many different things in my head. So how I had found out, and this is crazy, and I'm trying very hard not to get emotional on camera, even though I'm trying to show you guys my vulnerable side. So normally I smile when I'm nervous, so I'm just smiling a lot. But okay, so how I found out was, again, I was living with my dad at the time. Now, the day that my mom passed away is also my dad's girlfriend's birthday, the same day, January 27th. So my dad and his girlfriend were actually on a cruise in Toronto, like for her birthday, and I was home with my little brother Antoine and my dad's girlfriend's sister, who is Nadia. So I'm home with them, and Nadia came to me. No, okay, yeah. So Nadia came to me. She's like, "Have you heard from your mom? Like, nobody can really, like, we can't really find her." And every Friday, like, my mom, she was religious, so every Friday she would be at church and like setting up for like Friday night service, and she did not show up Friday. She was supposed to pick somebody up and bring them to church. She didn't pick him up. Like, there was a lot of things that was just iffy, and she wasn't reaching out. But we know that she does bottle in her feelings a lot and her emotions, so we're just like, okay, maybe she's at a club or something, like drinking at a bar, like, I don't know. So we're calling her. I was texting her, we're like searching for her, and now this is like 12 a.m. like, this is getting late. Like, there's no way my mom is going to be gone, like disappear at these hours and say nothing at this point. So immediately, because we got iffy vibes from Paul, and because we already knew that like my mom moved on and he knew, it's like in the back of our heads, like me and my siblings were like, I think he did something, but like we didn't know. So still, we're kind of like, we're worried, but people are telling us, don't worry, da da da. Of course they're gonna say that to us. So a few hours go by. This is probably like 1, 2 a.m. and Nadia comes to me and she's like, give me your phone. And then I was just like, my phone? I'm like, why is she taking my phone from me? Like, I didn't understand why she wants to take my phone. And oh, you know what? Sorry. Prior to her asking for my phone, I actually Googled. I don't know. Something told me to Google like Dufferin Mall crime or like Toronto crime. And I saw an article. This is before anybody told me anything. I saw an article that said woman shot, succumb to her succumb to her injuries at 40. I didn't know what succumb meant. I literally Googled succumb, then I saw that it meant death. And I was like, no. Like, that's not my mom. Like, yeah, she's 40. Yeah, she works at Dufferin Mall, but that article is not about her. So they didn't say a name or anything because they didn't know at the time. It was breaking news. But I Googled that before anybody told me anything, because I'm like, okay, I don't know where she is. Let me just try to do my own investigations. And, you know, so I did that. So then Nadia came to me and she's like, yeah, can I have your phone? I'm like, my phone? She's like, yeah, I'm just gonna hold it for you. Like, your dad's gonna come back just now. I'm like, they're coming back? Like, didn't they just leave for a cruise? She's like, yeah, but something happened. Like, they have to do something, so they're gonna come back and get something. But yeah, give me your phone. And then she's like, don't turn on the TV. So she takes my phone. I can't turn on the TV. And she's saying my dad's coming back. So immediately I'm just like, I just saw this article, but I still didn't believe it. I'm like, somebody's gonna have to come and tell me, like, I'm gonna have to see hard proof that she's gone and this article's about her, and like Nadia's taking my phone for whatever reason. Like, I need proof. So my dad and his girlfriend walk through the door, and I'm sitting on the couch, and as soon as they walk through, like, my dad passes me and he goes straight into his room, and I could see him crying. Like, I could see like his eyes water, go straight into his room. He couldn't even like look at me. And then my dad's girlfriend, she came and she was like, we need to tell you something. And then that's when my dad came out the room, and he took a deep breath, and they're just like, your mom was shot, she was killed at Dufferin Mall. Like, do you know anybody that could have done this to her? And I was like, immediately I knew who it was, and we just all started like crying, like crying. I was shaking, and that's how I found out. I mean, phone and everything was taken away from me. When I got my phone back, of course, it was blowing up. This was like national news. Like, this story was huge. There is a lot of news stations picking it up. So I guess that's why she wanted to take my phone. And then it continued to build. Like, the story continued to build. Things continued to go around. This was like 9 years ago. So we didn't have, technology wasn't really up as it is now. There wasn't GoFundMe, but we were getting donations in different ways, like the old school way with bank transfers and things like that. And yeah, it was very nice what the community did for us. We were on radio shows, we were on TV, we were on news channels, like people were interviewing us. So the community was definitely there for us and our family and our friends. So now, when I had found out, I got my phone back. Of course, my phone was blowing up. This is grade 12. I was literally about to graduate. Like, I was about to, like, my mom was not there for my high school graduation. She wasn't there for prom. Like, she wasn't there for that stuff, and I really wanted her to be there. But, you know, God had other plans. She had a calling. I dream her all the time to this day. And coping has been hard, but when you have people around you that love you, I mean, it makes it a lot easier to cope and get through the things that you have to get through. Now, if I am, let's fast forward now to today. There's a lot that you go through, I guess, when you lose someone, the grieving process, especially when it's somebody that brought you into this world. And my siblings and I, we are loved, we are well taken care of, we understand life a lot better now. And my mom, luckily, like, we are blessed. She didn't leave us with nothing. And that's why it's just so important to set yourself up now for success, and so that you can leave something behind for your children or for those that you love. Our relationship was rocky. Again, like, I was 17 when she was gone. I was rebellious. Like, she would ask me for things and I would literally just say no, like, you're grown, like, you can do it. Like, I was rude, and I loved her, but there was a resentment because I just felt like, you know, she wasn't that affectionate mom. Like, I would compare her to other moms and like how they would treat their kids, like hug them, kiss them, and I didn't get that. So I just thought, like, you know, she was like a bad, quote unquote, bad mom. Like, yes, she provided, yes, she got us clothes, yes, she gave us food. Like, I understand all of that, but there was just more that I wanted out of her, and I didn't know how to communicate it, and I just didn't think it mattered because I figured we have our whole life, and that's where we go wrong. Figuring that, you know, you have your whole life to figuring you have your whole life to live with someone or to get things right with somebody. And that's why I say now, like, tomorrow's never promised. If there's anyone that you want to get right with, or you haven't forgiven, or, you know, even to just say, you know, I know we're going through something, but I'll always love you. Like, just that alone will change a lot, because tomorrow's not promised. You don't know what's going to happen, and you don't want to live with regrets at all. So now, prior to her passing, like 2 weeks prior, she actually was affectionate towards me, and I was just like, she's like, come sit down, let's talk, let's secrets, like, she told me things about her life. Like, she was hugging me, kissing me, and then to ask me if I wanted to sit down and watch movies with her. Like, and this is like new, like, this stuff has never happened before. So like I said, it's just crazy how, you know, God will make certain things happen when something is going to happen. And yeah, that her passing, her being taken away suddenly, especially when we were going through like our own rocky situation, it takes a toll on me to this day. I don't think I will ever get over that. You just learn how to live through the grief, and my advice to anybody out there that is grieving, it's stick to the people that love you dearly for you. Stick to people that are really going to ride for you and be there for you, and people that genuinely make you feel happy. Don't feel obligated to talk to anyone or be with anybody. Like, life is short. Literally, there's no point in waking up doing something that you don't love, or working towards something you don't love, or going hard for someone you don't love when you could die tomorrow. There's no point. Like, always find something to do every single day that's going to make you happy, that's going to make you smile. and you'll be okay. That's one thing I will say. I know I'll be okay, and I'll continue to live out her legacy. She was very, very, very amazing, and she left a great legacy. So that is pretty much how she passed. This is how I feel today. I'm in a happy place. I'm going through a lot of changes, you know, transitions. I'm gonna be shooting out content after content after content, you know, telling you guys how to level up your life, business, go through stress, investments, all that stuff. I'm gonna be teaching a lot. So this is how I cope. I mean, I keep busy. I'm around people that I love. I have a great support system, and that's just what you gotta do. You gotta keep pushing forward. I'm going to make her proud. I'm not going to give up. And yeah, I'm gonna play a little slideshow tribute thingy that I made with some photos of her and some memories. She loved to dance. She was a songwriter. She wrote a lot of songs for the church, and for other people as well. She'd write songs for songwriters to sing. Like, she was very, 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 very good writer. And yeah, here's the tribute. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the tribute, and yeah, thank you. See you guys.
Any more at all about the victim? You spoke to her family, I assume?
Yes, we've been in close contact with her family. She's a 40-year-old woman. She was well established in the neighborhood, well respected, very religious. She had a number of children, but all in all, a very successful and well-liked person.
So I didn't want to get copyrighted, but this is my mom performing to He Heals Me. And like I said, she loved to dance. This was her performing on a cruise ship. And right after this, I will get right on into some pictures.